Hi guys, it's me, Crystal, with Love, Peace, Herbs, Tea, and Gardening. And I am back today because I have done a lot in the garden. My idea of what I want is coming to pass, and I'm appreciating myself for that. I'm actually taking my time and placing things strategically in my garden. I absolutely love it. I cannot complain about it. Yes, and I purchased some flowers from Walmart, a whole flat of begonias for $2.50, but they won't go in my garden. They'll go in the front. And then I purchased some Spanish lavender. It's not the lavender that I really wanted, but for I think my husband said like $2 or something like that. I didn't purchase them. He purchased them. He purchased 3 of them, and then together we purchased a pineapple hibiscus and a sunrise hibiscus, and I already have 2 hibiscus in a pot, but I'm gonna leave those. I just realized that it's not buried deep enough or planted deep enough, and they have that, it was a seed starter around it, so a lot of times that won't, the roots will grow out of it, but I feel like sometimes that kind of keeps it from actually growing, if that makes any sense. But yeah, it's starting to get hot out here. It's supposed to have rain today, and it didn't do anything. So I came out here and I watered a little bit. I watered the soil, not the actual plant, but the soil, because because I planted the cucumbers and I separate them, and cucumbers don't like their roots to be messed with, but I messed with their roots and I separated them, and I tried to put them in the ground, and they're doing fine. They're doing okay. They kind of limping a little bit, but this is like the 3rd day that they've been in the ground, so I did it, and it's doing pretty good. I did plant my Peggy Martin roses so they can grow around the trellis, but I put some cages around them right now because my dog try to attack them. I took away his space on the side of the house. That was where he went, and he could go and look and see the kids walking home from school. And then I closed up this side of the fence here. The wood was rotting on it, and we closed that side of the fence up so that we could he won't keep, the people can go through freely and not be bothered, if that makes sense. He is used to a chain link fence and not a privacy fence, but it's okay. We are going to eventually replace all of this fencing around here. The color that I'm going to stain and I should have stained the raised beds before I actually put the dirt in it, but time was getting by, so I'm not worried about it. But I'm going to stain the fence a chocolate color, as well as around the raised bed like a chocolate color. I do the outside but not the inside, because of growing purposes. So yeah, and then I may not even stain the raised beds. I want to stain them so they'll last longer, if that makes sense, but for the most part I'm good. I do want to plant a few seeds. I had some of the Katrina bricks, the cinder blocks, I call them Katrina bricks. I do have some of those Katrina bricks that I'm going to put soil in and plant the lavender as well as the hibiscus. I want to drop these seeds, chamomile in one, and calendula, I heard somebody else say calendula seeds in another one. Once I plant those, I have 1, 2, 3 squares open, maybe 5. I think 5. I have 5 open, but I want to plant. I want to drop some. It's kind of too late. I know it's too late for. I had these out here. Hold on one second. Hello?
So I'm gonna tell you, you know, Walmart got some pretty pots too. I seen yesterday.
Who?
Walmart.
Walmart? Yeah, I bought some
Yeah.
pots from Walmart.
They were like six. I seen some big ones in them. Some like 688. Some nice size.
You have to start sending me the pictures of them so I know which ones they are.
Okay. Then.
Are they the ceramic pots or are they the plastic pots?
I seen some. I seen a couple of them gray ones that was like in a nice, pretty shape. They was the plastic ones for 688, was pretty big. Cause you know I was looking for something for those for them ferns, and I thought about giving me a ceramic pot for the outside for the fern.
Oh, okay.
And then I said, sure, I see what money like the plastic one might look better too.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I have to look later. I may tell John let's go by there and look later on. Is it the one out here or the one over there?
Well, I seen it over here, but you know they pretty much kind of on that. You know they pretty much ain't too much off for certain shit. They pretty much get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right.
But that one over on Lake June, that's a nice Walmart for y'all though. I like that on Lake June and that London Garden Station. That was nice. I went by there one day when I left your house.
Yeah, that's one we always go to.
Yeah.
Okay.
But okay, you know what I'm just tell you. I'm just there right there.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, guys, that's my brother-in-law. You heard what he said. They have some large pots, they're plastic grade pots at Walmart for $8, probably $8.66. So you know how Walmart price that stuff like that. Yeah. But that's what I was saying. I think I want to, I don't know, I pulled these out because I do want to plant these here, which is really too late to plant. The Amaranth, it's really too late to plant. And when I say too late, it is because by the time I need this to attract aphids or whatever, because aphids are really strong out here. I'm in Mesquite, Texas, grows on 8B, and even the package is upside down. I opened it up. This Amaranth here, I want to try to grow that one, but I've noticed at every garden center out here or every nursery out here, they have, I see aphids like crazy. So I know I put my plants in a rehab or whatever, but now that I have this over here together, it's kind of hard to put them in rehab because it's just, rehab is just across the driveway, if that makes sense. But I do want to plant some nasturtiums. I know it's kind of late to plant nasturtiums, but I'm probably gonna, because I have these night and day mix. That's what it looks like, if you can kind of see it. And then I have the cherry dwarf rose, and then I have, what is this called? It's the jewel mix. Wait, hold on. It's the dwarf jewel mix. And then I got the gleam mix here. But I know it's kind of late, and then I don't have shade. I mean, I have some shade, but my garden is all sun now. There will be no shade whatsoever. I'm probably gonna have to eventually get some shade cloth. I'm not investing in it. I'm not gonna invest in that right now. I'm just being honest. I'll invest in it when I see it, maybe at Hobby Lobby when they put what is that? I forgot what it's called. They'll put certain things on set at the end of the season. It's like, was it springtime? Whatever the label that says springtime or something like that. I'll purchase it then. But right now, I don't see. I'm not. Yeah, I see fit for it, but I'm not gonna get it. Yeah. Nope, I won't be. But like I said, I'm gonna push the buttons, and I know for a fact I'm gonna drop these some of these, and then I'm gonna drop some chamomile and some calendula. I want to drop some of these. These may go like within the beds. Just drop a seed and see what happens. Because normally they'll grow, and then by the fall they'll be here. Because right now I want to plant like mustards, turnips, and then by the time it's time for me to plant the collards, the amaranth may be enough to attract the bugs. Because here in Texas, it's still kind of warm in the fall, like fall going into winter. It's still kind of warm here, so yeah, it may help out. But with that being said, oh, I got to drill some holes in a few of my pots because they're not draining correctly. Those pots that run up a penny that I showed you in the last video, I need to drill some holes. My dog knocked over one of my jasmine, the star jasmine plants. I have been trying to keep my plant afloat since I got it. I got it off the clearance center. I think I paid $5 for the both of them on the clearance at Lowe's. And he has, I don't know what it is, I guess the aroma or the scent, he loves it. And he tries to eat it and everything. So I had to sit it up high now that he's, you know, accustomed to not messing with it. And I was watering over there. He feels like I'm supposed to let him play in the water, and I don't do that. But I was trying to water, and he just rammed head first into it, just knocked it over. I don't know what to do with him, y'all. I love him, but he's worrisome. He's a baby. He just turned 1 May 16th, so yeah. And he chewed up my slogger boots, so I got on some boots that are some rain boots. Somebody bought me one year for Christmas. I think I wore them once. One of the parents at the school my kids went to, but I only wore them once, and I never threw them away. I never gave them away or anything like that. They fit big legs, so, and they have the extra thing on the side to open up, so if you have really big legs, which I do. But yeah, I can't wait. My peaches, I'm not gonna put them in the ground yet. They're gonna be one part of the yard and the other one on the other part. I feel like a bug just flew in my eye. But I'm going to plant my peaches after August, because they're supposed to be ready. Peaches are normally supposed to be ready like August. I don't know about September, but I think it may go into September, but I know August is when they start being ready to pick. And I was really shocked that these peaches are in a bucket, that they're really, and this is like the second year that we've had these peach trees. We purchased these peach trees at Atwoods in Waxahachie, and so Atwoods has pretty good. We started purchasing most of our trees because the peach trees, and like we had an apple tree that came from Tractor Supply. It didn't do well. It was dead when we got it. My husband got it, not me, because I said no. He bought it anyway. But he wants to always test the envelope. And then we bought a pluid tree from Cox Farms in Duncanville. And then my dwarf magnolia tree came from Atwoods in Waxahachie. So most of my trees have come from there. But my lilac bush, it doesn't really do that well. But I'm going to put her in the ground. She's going in the ground eventually. She is. And I'm going to put her in the ground, because I want to start producing lilac from her. Her leaves have been in that pot. It's like she's stunning. So I'm going to put her in the ground, because she will get really big. She will get really big. she's going in the ground. But I need to, I don't know. I'm sitting here and I'm keep pausing because I'm looking at my garden and I'm like, what can I do next? Now, I told you guys in the other video that I can't find my jute cord that I purchased from Dollar Tree or whatever. I may have purchased some from Home Depot too. But anyway, I need to tie up that Orlander and dig it out the ground. But I was waiting on the rain to come to do just that, because we're supposed to have rain all week long. But it, you know, in Texas, you know, that rain evaporates before it hit the ground, and then it makes it humid here. No problem. But I have another Katrina brick that's holding up my fiddle leaf fig, but I want to be able to put my fiddle leaf fig in on the ground without my dog messing with it. He's attracted to black pots, things that are black. He's just attracted to black. Like, he feel like these are toys. So I can't give them to him to play with, because if he plays with it, then anything else black, he gonna feel like it's a toy. So I'm trying to break him out that habit. He's not like a farm dog. Of course, he's a micro bully. So of course he's not a farm dog. Of course he's not like a mouth. He's an aggressive dog, but he's friendly, if that makes sense. When I say aggressive, I mean he plays hard. He wants to play all the time, but he's still a baby. And I didn't put him in obedience school or anything like that. For what? Who cares? He's cage trained. He is cage trained. He walks around the house, he runs around the house, he plays. We have to make sure everything is up off the floor before we let him out the cage. Which is no problem, because I do that every morning when my feet hit the floor. But he's funny. He's funny. Yeah. But I'm gonna stop talking, because I keep talking. It's 17 minutes. Y'all done heard a phone conversation that I had with my brother-in-law and everything. So yeah, I do need to find that jute. But I gotta pause this camera so I can go get the drill bit. My husband gave it to me and I sat it down. Don't know what I did with it, but I gotta go find it again. I can't tell him I lost it, because he's gonna talk about me. And I gotta get the drill so I can start drilling the holes in this pot and get mine, because if not, it's gonna start dying and I need to get it up. But the purpose of me doing the yard like this is so that my husband can have a yard. He's always, no matter where we live, I've always taken a yard from him and made a garden. So I'm going to give him his yard back. And then I just don't want that huge garden that I had before. I think I can make do with what I have, because on the side it's going to be my oasis garden, and then here is going to be my veggie garden. Up against the fence will be my veggie garden. So I did move my rose bushes and my hydrangeas over there. I do want to put some hibiscus in the ground over there, but I can't bury everything deep, because this part of Texas is like clay dirt, if that makes sense. Because a lot of Texas is like white rock, but this area is like clay dirt. I don't see any white rock when I dig up anything. I see more red clay dirt, and it gets hard. So because of that, I cannot plant, like dig a deep hole to plant stuff in. I can dig a hole, but not deep, but it have to stay up above the ground, and then I can put dirt around it. But for the most part, planting it deep, it's not gonna work. It'll be root rot. But yeah, let me go get this, and I've already watered the garden, even though it was it was about 11:30 when I watered the garden, which is really late here in Texas. But again, I only watered the soil and the seedlings. well, the seeds. But yeah, I just want you guys to follow along as I fill these Katrina bricks in with soil and plant my hibiscus and my lavender and drop some seeds. Drop some more seeds. I didn't think I was gonna get this far. I didn't. I thought it was gonna be like I really thought I was gonna be like maybe in the fall, going into winter with my greens and cabbage stuff for Thanksgiving or whatever. But I'm glad that I got something in. I even got peppers. My stuff has only been in the ground for, my peppers have only been in the ground for like, no, it's been over a week. My peppers have been in the ground over a week. And I finally got some banana peppers growing, and I'm so excited and shocked. I don't know how to clip the tops of the peppers, so I just let them do what they do, because the last time I did that, I messed up and nothing came on those plants. So yeah, we're not gonna do that. But for the most part, I'm loving it, y'all. My garden is beautiful to me. Okay, but all right. Okay guys, I think those spots were starting to be root rot because it was stinking. The water stunk real bad. But I'm going to do all of them while I can right now, and then I'll plant the Katrina bricks up. All right, let me put the drill up. That water stinks. I didn't realize how bad it was. Had water in there, and a lot of things was going to be root rot. So hopefully that helps with a bunch of stuff. Whew. There you drill. You hear me? So yes, it's getting hot, so I need to hurry up and do this. Planting up these things. So let me show you guys what I did real quick. These are my Peggy Martins. This one decided to get some kind of fungus, and I was told, and they even have it listed that these are disease resistant. I don't know about that, but this one had got some kind of disease, and I had to cut back a lot of the dead, and it started growing back instantly though. This one my dog attacked. If you can see down here at the bottom, like the main branch here, it's bitten off and torn, and there's like another branch there, but this is what's left of her. So yes, yeah, I don't know what to say, but yep, that's all I'm gonna say. My chocolate mint died, so I replaced it with this spearmint, the sweet mint, I'm sorry. No, it's holes in here, but I don't know about, I think I'm gonna have to figure out something for this, because I'm not liking the leaning of the hanging plant, if that makes sense. I'm not liking the leaning, because as you see, it's dripping water, and the water's not coming out. So yeah, we're gonna figure out something with that, but not today. But these are, you know what Katrina bricks are, but I'm really shocked because then my I need to figure, I think I put too much Alaska 511 in here on this, and it splashed on the leaves and not on the plant itself, the stem itself. But these are my eucalyptus, and I purchased those at Callaway's. I purchased me one and my brother-in-law one. So yeah, but let me get started with this so you guys can see everything that I'm doing. I'm completely out of fertilizer, so I'm just gonna drop this in and then fertilize it eventually with Alaska 511, or make the super juice up and just fertilize it with that. So this is the, I said pineapple, but that's what was at Lowe's, was called pineapple. These are called yellow June Amarillo. Yeah, so it's whatever. So I'm going to do this one here. So I'm going to fill this one with the lavender and then fill the other one up with just soil so I can drop seeds. They were not $2, they were $1 at Walmart. So I'm gonna come back and water some more of those cucumbers, because again, I did mess with the roots, and I feel like if I water more and more and more, they'll be okay. Same thing with these squash. Now I gotta be careful over here because it was a yellow jacket nest, and somehow still been swarming. That wasn't there when I decided to spray it and knock it down. Like, it's one up here on the fence, so I'm trying to be careful when I come right here. And then I was on this fence over here behind this Orlander. There was a big one, and I did spray it, but I didn't knock it down. And I tried to make sure that there were no babies waiting to be hatched. So I'm gonna go back and fill up the other cells on the Katrina brick so that I can drop seeds and then water it in. All right. So, I'm sweating already. So we got this filled up. All right, so let's get the seeds. I'm already sweating. I need a sweat cloth. Whew. This dress is now dirty. Well, it's gonna be dirty anyway. So I got all of those. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all getting belly shots. So I filled up all of those with soil. One has just a little bit of soil that could be added to it, but right now I'm not really worried about it. But so let me take these gloves off so I can decide what I'm going to put where. So the first one, I'm probably going to drop some calendula in there. The second one, I'm probably going to do chamomile. The third one, I think I'm going to drop maybe a few of all of the nasturtiums in it. If I had some more soil, I have a Katrina brick that's up against the up against the fence that I could have put there, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't have the soil. And I think that 5 for 10, I don't know, the 4 for 10 soil is, I think, off sale as of yesterday, I think, at Lowe's, because I was getting the 4 for 10, which was the cubic foot and a half of the Stay Green soil. Reason why I'm using that is because right now my money is on a budget, and I needed about 10 bags for the first 2 bags. I needed 10 bags for the first 2 beds, and then 14 for the last 2 beds. So with that being said, I did that because of the fact that I needed so much soil. That's a lot of soil to buy. That's about $200 worth of soil. And wood. It's about $200 worth of, was it $200? Yes, it was. It wasn't $200. About well, yeah, it was about $100. $100 worth of soil. And then the wood was about $60 one day, $60 the next day. Well, no, $60 one day, and about $80 the other day. The next day after that, because the last 2 beds on that side were built after the first 2. And then a lot of, as you can see, a lot of it has the purple purple paint on it, so that was 70% off. But that was different days. So, you know, some of it was regular price, which was like $13 for 8 by 12 wood, and then some pieces were 70% off, and then the other 2 were just, yeah, I spent I bought, was it 6 pieces of wood? Was it 6? Yeah, it was 6 pieces of the 8 by 12 wood, and then I had some of those Newcastle, what's it called, Newcastle bricks. I just had that, and I used that to put the, which made the bed a lot bigger, so that's why it calls for more soil, even though it's still not filled all the way to the top. I'll fill it up when time comes for, like, I clean out that bed and then start all over. I will add more soil. I'll probably go get a couple of those bags of Miracle-Gro soil, if that makes sense. And probably, because I normally start all my raised beds with chicken manure from Tractor Supply, and I didn't do that this year. So I'm just testing the waters for the area that I'm in, because the area that I came from, the grow space was horrible. I just tried to make it feasible, if that makes sense. Even with the raised beds, it was so much trees and stuff that a lot of my veggies would get fungus or whatever else. But now that I don't have trees like that, I can do a little better. I really can. But I am going to do these seeds right now and drop these. I don't know, I haven't, let me get these. I'm just taking a break to kind of cool off some, because it's cooler under this tent versus being out in the sun. This gazebo, not a tent. Well, it's, yeah, I was saying to me. Yeah, but it's a lot more to come to this backyard. I really plan on doing I'ma sneak and do it. My husband don't know I'm doing. I'm trying to whisper because he right there. He over there playing on. He got a new toy, so he got a new toy that he working on, an old school toy that, yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna try to do a raised, like a, not a raised bed, a gardening bed right here in front of the gate. Not a big one, just a small one, where I can plant my herbs. A lot of my herbs could be put there. Well, he coming. But yeah, I'm gonna do these here, and I'm gonna do that now. I'm just taking a break. It's hot, and then 30 minutes is finna be up on this camera. So right now it's at 26, finna be 27 minutes. So I'm gonna cut it off and then cut it back on when I get over there and let you guys see what I'm doing. And I'm finna go take a drink of water because it's hot. Okay, he gone back in. So I'm gonna do a raised, like a gardening bed here. I have my box in there, and I'm gonna add some dirt and some mulch and stuff right there in the front, so that I can put my herb plants, my medicinal plants there, and I'll have my herb garden. Yeah. I'm gonna dig the holes in the grass, but then I'm gonna lay cardboard down around it, and then mulch, so it'll be nice and neat. And I don't think I'm gonna do edging or anything like that. I just want it to grow. But then I may have to do edging because my husband likes St. Augustine grass. So that's what he's trying to transition this grass to, a St. Augustine grass. He takes pride in his yard. He does. But him and his homeboys have a yard off, if that makes sense. My brother-in-law, my brother-in-law, and some of his homeboys, they take, even though him and my brother-in-law, they get out there and do the work themselves. His other homeboys got, hecting them coming through cutting. That ain't fair. But anyway, and then he got another homeboy that got the True Green Lawn, the company coming by spraying his. That ain't fair. But anyway, yeah, I'm finna go. Okay, he came back outside. I gotta talk to y'all later. I'll see y'all in a minute. Let me go take a water break. It's hot out here. I don't know what temperature it is, but it's 137 right now, and it's too hot for me to be out here. So it's been only been in the 80s. I'm just waiting on the rain to come. Let me go get me a water. Okay, I got my water. I'm back. So, I'm hitting the camera. So, I'm gonna plant. I think I'm gonna start from the very end first, and then make my way back this way, so I can watch out for them yellow jackets or whatever. That water was so good. Y'all stay hydrated out here. It's hot. Let me see. Let me put y'all down a little lower. See, oh, I'm on the wrong side. All right, there we go. So I'm gonna plant the nasturtiums. So I'm just gonna get a few of all of them. Oh, it ain't but 2 left in here. It ain't but 2 left in here, so we know we're done with that. I'm gonna do 2 of those. Ooh, I can't get it. Okay, I open this up kind of wonky. Is there anything in here? Yeah, I don't think there was nothing in here. And it wasn't. Wait a minute. Hold on. Cletus. There was 1 in here. So we're going to take that 1 out. And then we're going to open up this one. But this time I'm going to open it up from the bottom and not the top. And I got these nasturtiums from Ace Hardware. They had all kind of nasturtiums, but these came from Walmart. These came from Atwoods, and then these came from Ace Hardware. I'm squeezing these seeds in. Alright. So the nasturtiums are done. Next to do is chamomile. I'm gonna see if my chamomile is gonna really grow, because I've had the hardest time for the past couple of years growing chamomile, and before, when I first started growing them, they grew so beautifully. So I'm gonna probably dump a lot of seeds in here and see what happens, just in case something, but I got a lot more left in the house, so yeah, we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Again, experimental garden. It's plenty of seeds in here. All right. That's done. So now on to the calendula. I've been having this pack of calendula for like 4 years. So let's see what happens. I ordered these off online at Walmart.com. I think I'm gonna use all of these too. Alright, we are done with planting these seeds. So I can throw all these in the trash. We are done, so now I just have to water them in. I may take some of these and put them in some of the beds. What y'all think? What y'all think? Put some in I don't know if I could grow them in tomatoes. We're gonna try to see. Put a few of them in the tomatoes, peppers. I may put one underneath the I don't know. Try some. Let's see. No, these are nasturtiums. Oh, amaranth. That's what we gotta go get them. Sorry. We gotta go get the amaranth. Yep. Y'all, I'm so happy to have a garden again. Because I think the last garden I had was last spring. It was last spring. And then I just let everything grow that was already there, or that voluntarily grew. What is grow? Voluntarily grew. And then I was just harvesting from that. So yeah, because I had bought everything that I needed in the spring, and I did not go back and plant anything else. I actually took my garden up, and when I took it up, it was like I kind of spreaded the dirt out. Onions and stuff was growing. Y'all, my neighbors came and got all that stuff that was growing in the backyard. They probably cooking and eating it. Or froze it or something. So I'm going to put the Love, what is it called? Love Lies Bleeding. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit here. No, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit up front. There's none in here. There's a few in here. We're gonna drop them few in there. That's what we're gonna do. So that's it for that. There are a few seeds left in here, but I don't want to open them up and show you on the camera. I'm just gonna have to dump them if I can. It's like little black specks. Yeah. Put that there. Put one over here. I know I got zucchini and squash here, but I'm gonna put it at the edge. Put it at the edge. One of them should take. And then spider just went straight across here. I'll put the camera in front of the web first. And then I'll sprinkle some here. I can get it out. All right, so we are done with the seeds that we're going to drop today. I kind of want some alyssums. I want to drop some alyssum somewhere, but I'm not gonna do it. I may put, you know what, I got a pot over here that has some daisies in them, but they're about dead because of root rot. I may try to put some in there and then water that. But guys, this will conclude my video for today. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I'm gonna put them in that pot right there. I'm gonna leave those daisies in there that's trying to have root rot and see, give them a chance since I drilled holes in them. Make sure that I have give them a chance to live or whatever. I think they should bounce back, maybe not. Normally the root rot may be too far gone. I took the other ones out because they but with that being said, you've seen people water their gardens. I'm not gonna torture you with that, but I am going to drop those alyssums in there and see what else is gonna happen. If I decide to put a plant in there, I'll put the plant in there with the alyssums already. That's fine, I don't care. I just want pretty flowers everywhere, if that makes sense. But with that being said, I love each and every one of you, and I appreciate you. I appreciate those that have stayed and hung in there with me, that did not leave my channel as subscribers or did not stop watching me, or looking for me. I've gotten messages that say, where are you? We miss you. I appreciate you. I know I didn't respond. It was a lot going on, and I had to just gather me, if that makes sense. I had a vision, and some people may say it's a dream, some people call it a vision, but all I know is I heard from God that said, and he said, start packing up. I did. That's exactly what I did. I started packing up. The first sign was stop gardening, turn your yard back into a backyard. I did that. The next thing that I heard maybe 3 or 4 months later, start packing up. Didn't know what I was packing up for. Did not know. I started packing up. All I know is I always ask God to show me where I should be. At one point I felt like I wasn't supposed to, like, what am I supposed to do? What is my purpose? This channel started growing when I stopped recording, so I knew, he showed me what my purpose was. I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I appreciate you guys for coming and and hanging in there with me. I only lost 5 subscribers, and that's good for most channels, you know what I'm saying? And that's from not posting. But I appreciate you guys for hanging in there with me, as well as my other channel. I appreciate everything that you guys have done or whatever else. My other channel is starting to grow. This channel is growing, and again, I wasn't posting, and I appreciate it. You have been a true blessing to me, and I love each and every one of you for that. I thank you for hanging in there with me, and remember that if it's someone you're upset with, forgive them, because forgiveness is not for them, but it is for you, and life is too short. Be blessed, be safe, be prosperous, and love all that you can. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.